First things first, tell me, how is the Eli Tomac stood before me today different from 12 months ago?
Well, 12 months ago when I was in Snapdragon Stadium, I was coming off of, I think, my Anaheim 1 win, maybe. I think that was round 2. But other than that, like now, my health is good. I basically physically feel the same and just doing my thing. So same motorcycle now. So yeah, actually not much has changed.
More content, maybe?
No, not at all. Like I'm same competitive guy, and I have the same mindset as I always have, and that's just trying to be the best Eli I can be.
Do you still feel like there's steps for you to be the best Eli you can be? Like when a rider gets to the tail end of their career, no one really talks about how you can be better, but do you in yourself believe that you can be better still?
Yeah, I do believe that you can fine-tune things and be better. So you never want to stop searching for those things.
Obviously, you made major bike changes after Anaheim 1. You didn't get to test those in a race situation. So what are you expecting from the bike this weekend? What are you keeping an eye on? Where's your mindset with that heading into tomorrow?
Well, my mindset is that I just need to ride something that I can, make it through the whole main event, So you never know going to Anaheim 1 with certain setups, and I struggled there really bad. So basically I'm just going back to what I know, and I should be just fine.
Obviously, in the past, you've struggled at Anaheim 1 and in January. Last year, that went out the window. Did it make it harder for you to mentally accept struggling at Anaheim 1 this time around? Because now you actually know you can win Anaheim 1. You've done it.
Yeah, it was tough. It's frustrating, but it's just the way it goes. It's the way it goes, and you got to be able to rebound.
And last thing, how many weeks do you think it will take before you get to 100% with yourself, the bike, just as a complete package?
I hope it's now. Like I would say the past, I don't know, probably a month or so, I've felt like nothing with my Achilles on the motorcycle. So there's no excuses there. Zero excuse physically. And the motorcycle, I have no excuse. So I need to be 100 now.
Just one more quick thing. Have you had to change your foot positioning on the pegs in being mindful of the Achilles? Or did you maybe suspect that you would have to do that and you haven't? Or
early on, I noticed that my foot would slide more towards the heel, and I would favor it. But now I'm back in my normal position. So early days, October, I was like just subconsciously putting my foot more towards my heel, and not on the ball of your foot to where your foot or your heel can drop. So initially, but now it's, I would say, normal.
Third round, 2 very different first rounds for you. Anaheim 1 was great. San Francisco, maybe you realized some weaknesses. So where are you at now mentally heading into San Diego?
Mentally, I wish they just would have canceled San Fran. It was a shit show, that one. It was, honestly, we were like, there's probably I'm pretty sure half of the crowd left, so. But, no, my mental's still the same. We're coming in. We're still going championship. I mean, Eli got 9th at the first round too, and we're like close on points. So I'm only, I think, 7 or 8 points down. That's easy to close if I need to. So we're just going to go in, still race like we race. Hopefully it stays dry because I like it dry so I can go my actual speed and go fast. The mud one sucks. You have to go slow. So yeah.
Maybe a deep question, but everyone says that mud is more mentality than anything. So do you think maybe you entered the main event thinking this is stupid and that contributed to the result?
Oh, I absolutely did win. I went into the thing that's so dumb. I'm like, I don't want to get sick from this. It's cold. I'm going to get wet. I honestly didn't want to be there at that point in time. I'm like, dude, this thing just needs to end. We'll just get out of this place and just move on to the next. I didn't care what I was getting.
Do you feel like there was actually room for you to get a better result, or do you feel like you got the most out of that main event?
I mean, obviously there was more positions in front of me, but I think that night I was just obviously not riding the best. Our bike was way too stiff for the mud too, so it was just a kind of mixture of different things. But I mean, it is what it is. I'll make the points up in somewhere else and that stuff, so I'm not too worried.
Anaheim 1 was obviously amazing. How can you be better though? Like, what do you look at Anaheim 1 and go, that can still improve?
I think the biggest thing at Anaheim was just suspension-wise that we could improve on, and we fixed that. And once we get a normal moisture track, I think it will really kind of tell, okay, was that a better decision? So personally, I felt like I'm at a good level. I'm obviously still improving every single day, getting stronger, getting more in touch with the bike and that stuff. But as of right now, it's the suspension that we changed from A1 till now, and hopefully we can notice an improvement because at the practice track it has.
You felt like you lacked some comfort at Anaheim 1 then?
Yeah, I think all my setting was just all way too stiff. It was almost like set up for like sprint laps kind of thing. So I think once it got more, the moisture went away and it was a little bit more edgy, my bike was kind of deflecting a lot more in that stuff. So we had to change a few things.
Okay, I just asked Eli this same thing, but compared to the Cooper Webb who stood in front of me, how different are you now versus 12 months ago?
12 months ago. Where were we 12 months ago? Here. Okay.
Here, yeah. That's the same.
Yeah, that is the same. I feel good, man. I really do. I feel like I'm in a good spot. You know, I think we capitalized. Like I feel like I have maybe a little bit more speed than I had 12 months ago. Feeling really good on the motorcycle right now. Feeling fit. Feeling racy, I guess you could say. So yeah, I think I gained just a little bit more confidence and a little bit of speed over the off season. So that's where I'd say I'm a little bit better than 12 months ago.
Where does that speed come from? Like, is it just from being comfortable on the bike, or is it happiness unlocks that? Like, can you put a point on where that comes from?
It's hard to say, right? I think you know, comfort is something that allows you to go faster for sure. But then you got to be able to go that speed for a whole race, right? So there's a lot that goes into it. I think for me, you know, the suspension side, I've been really happy with this stuff so far. So I think that allows me to maybe push the bike to my ability, right? So I think that's been the big thing for me. And then also just, yeah, I don't know, maybe the change of pace or the different riding partners or program, whatever it is, you know, it's hard to pinpoint, but I know for me, you know, being able to put the bike exactly where I want it is a huge thing for me.
How would you describe your mental state after 2 rounds? Because on one hand, you've been amazing, maybe your best ever, that's all positive, but you don't have much to show for it results-wise.
No, that's a bummer, man. Like you said, it's on paper, it's not great. Last weekend definitely sucked on paper, and even with my riding, you know, I kind of squirreled around in that main event. So, yeah, it's definitely important this weekend. We've put an emphasis on getting back on the box and going for. I'd like to win, honestly. I think I'm capable. So, yeah, I think it's time to flip the corner, get some points back, and not let this thing get going too soon. And but you know, we were talking about it. Like in 19, I went 5th and 10th, and now I went 6th and 11th, so I'm not getting too discouraged or anything. I know we're in a good spot.
And last thing, you are in a good spot. How much further do you feel like you can climb? Like, how far from 100% are you? Do you feel like there's still a lot of wiggle room and a lot of improvements to make?
Yeah, that's why I'm pretty pumped. Like I said, you know, Anaheim, I wasn't expecting to be as good as I kind of guess was. And meaning by that, like the speed, the motorcycle, you know, because it was our first real Supercross, right? You know, and I feel like normally at Anaheim, you kind of go in and you think you're ready, but you quickly learn, hey, we got a few things with the bike or with the speed or fitness, whatever it may be. And we left there really happy, but I still felt like I am improving. You know, I think the way I do things, I try to be ready to go by February. So for me, I'm very happy with where I'm at.
So this is it, your last one, a massive journey for you to get to this point. You've learned through the first 2 rounds, you got a heat win. How much pressure and expectation are you putting on this weekend?
Well, no pressure and no expectations. Again, just trying to learn and trying to get more experience and see where I'm at after 3 races. A bit more training done. We got experience from racing A1 on dry conditions and then San Francisco on wet ones. So it all helps, and I'm excited to come here. Different stadium, different type of track, so see how it feels.
You must be sat here today with more belief than you had at Anaheim 1 though. You won the heat. It was in the mud, but it's a win. A win's a win. So you must be sat here today with more confidence and just more of a spring in your step.
Well, I would say I know what to expect now. For example, in Anaheim, I just didn't know so many things. Everything was so new. But now I know how the program works and how the day goes on, and I think this will help me a lot coming into tomorrow races. And yeah, I mean, 2 more weeks of practice too, so I'm feeling a little bit better. And Yeah, I'm excited to see my progression.
A lot of rumours about Argentina maybe being cancelled. If it is, that would give you an extra 2 weeks. So maybe you could stay for Anaheim too. Have you considered that?
It would be cool, eh? It would be cool to stay for another week. The plan is to go in 2 days back home, so on Sunday after the race. But who knows? Argentina is maybe cancelled. That gives me, like you said, 2 extra weeks. I would like to stay for A2.
I guess you'd like to go back to Anaheim as well. Like, you're familiar with the dirt, you've raced in the stadium, Triple Crown should be a good format for you. There's a lot of reasons to stay 1 extra week.
Yeah, many reasons to stay, but also, on the other hand, to leave, right? MXGPs are getting closer. I still need to do my testing. My team is waiting for me. So on one side, you're like, yeah, well, you want to stay, but you understand that our goal is to win again the title in MXGP. So, it depends. I can't decide this. I can tell if I want to or not, but the big bosses decide.
Have you been worried about missing out on MXGP testing at all? Like, if you're sat at your place late at night and thinking about everyone else hammering out laps in Spain, do you panic a little bit that you're here instead?
They ride in Spain, I ride in the US. I'm not worried about it. I think this is also good training for me, so I'm not worried about it. I know my bike, it's pretty much the same for this year, sorry. So yeah, see when I get back, the testing I gotta do, but I think it's not like a big, huge difference. So it's just little testing, putting everything back together. And we already had a bike that was capable of winning last year, so we just got to improve a little bit and we'll be there.
Last thing, you've learned a lot over the last 2 weeks. What's still your biggest Supercross weakness that maybe is taking a little longer than you expected to learn and get a hold of?
I don't know. I think everything in general. It's not just the whoops or just the rhythm. No, I think it's just everything. So just the general, the flow around the track, and every time gets better and better, and that gives you a better feeling in the corners, that gives you a better feeling in the rhythms and in the whoops. So it's just improving everything to make little steps in the right direction. So it's not that I struggle with something. It's just I don't have a big experience, so I just need to learn and progress. That's the only thing.
Okay, we're 2 rounds into your first 450 season. Yep. Not the start that you would have liked. So where are you at mentally as we enter San Diego?
Yeah, safe to say it's not been the best of starts to the season, but it is what it is. We got 75 more races to go this year, so we got plenty more opportunities. Just keep learning, building, and progressing and stuff. And during the weeks have been really good, honestly. Every week during the week's good. We're just hoping to get out, give it a good crack and show. Anaheim 1 didn't turn out, just that big first turn crash, and then give your head a knock, right, on to the next one. And then the mutter, it's like, how do you really, it's first gear the whole lap, you just kind of, floating around, I guess you could say. So we're looking forward to a clean slate. Even with the weather coming, we got some good mud practice last weekend, so it should be good.
How has it been not overreacting to Anaheim 1 specifically? Because I'd imagine in that situation it's very easy to panic, try to reinvent the wheel when really you just need to accept that shit happens.
No, for sure. I watched it over, and sure, there's some angles you see from one of the 15 different angles people filmed, and you go, oh, you should have backed off or whatever. But in my angle and perspective, you're not looking on the left, and it just happens so fast. And in that point, there's nothing I could really do. So just fortunate that I wasn't really badly injured, just gave my head a bit of a hit and banged the rest of the body up. But it's like you said, shit happens. And hey, it's happened to many great past champions before. So
where can you get better? Where is it that you see as a weakness at the moment on a dry track, obviously?
Yeah, so during the day, I know just based off of Anaheim, because, San Fran was we were good. We were P3 in quali. Anaheim, we were around P7 in qualifying. Free practice was good, but just adapting to how you have to change the lines a lot faster. Obviously, 250s on a lot fresher track, and the 450s just kind of beat it up and tear it up, and you got to be fast to get onto that new line and stuff like that, to where you can still push in the lap. So that's just doing that. But I set a goal, I want to be top 10 every qualifying session, just on Webb, for example, when he won his championships, he would be P8, P7, anywhere from P5 to 10 in qualifyings, and he was able to win night shows. So that's a goal I set for myself, which both rounds so far I've done. The start was good at A1. It was front row, first 2 guys into the corner. Can't ask for much more than that. We just didn't end up well. So yeah, we'll just keep working on that.
With changing lines in the main event, the track doesn't develop as much in 250s, but maybe that's down to as well, you had such a talent advantage over so many of the guys that you didn't need to, whereas now it's so level that you have to start searching for ways to gain a 10th, a 100th here and there.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing why you have to search so much is just because of how the 450 reacts. You know, sometimes you can be in like a kind of rough rut in a berm or whatever on a 250 and it doesn't really react that much. You know, you can kind of just get through it, where 450 it really reacts a lot to it. So I think that's more why we have to search so much to stay in the track. Just gets so beat. Like, those bikes are so much power and they just destroy the track. You know, you go walk a lap after the main event, and you'll be like, man, it looks like a war field, you know, just like craters everywhere, the ruts are so deep. So it's more that, you know, which is just experience. But yeah, we'll get there, no doubt.
Last thing, when do you expect to hit 100%? No one's at 100% this early in the season. So do you have a round marked where you want to peak?
Yeah, not a specific round where to peak. Just trying to get through the first West Coast rounds and just kind of cut your teeth in a little bit. Every week I'm getting better, 1%, 0.2% each week. So yeah, just keep building, getting better. You know, my training partner's arguably the best in the world right now. So I have a great base of where the level's at, and just keep working.